I hope you're all doing awesome today. Can everybody hear me okay? How's the audio levels? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I think I'm a little bit quiet. Hello, testing 1 2 3. Can you hear me now? Testing, testing. I think this is better. Maybe it's my background music is overpowering a bit. Let's check this. Hello. Hello, testing 1 2. That sounds better. All right. I am going to be cleaning some junk silver today. How's it going, Hardcore Copper? How was your weekend? Yeah, I think it was mainly the music was too loud. Everything's good now, though, right? I had forgotten I was jamming earlier. I was listening to some other stuff. Hey, Dan. How's it going, man? I know, the weekends go by way too quick. They really do. I'm just kind of getting everything all prepared here. So the way this is basically going to work. Yes, Sturika, we're going to be baking a cake. I've got my baking pan here. And this is what's going in the cake. Essentially, I just have a tin here that I'm going to use, lined with some tin foil. So it's the baking pan. You can use a plastic container. It really doesn't matter what the container is, as long as it's got a flat bottom. And yeah, you just line it with tin foil, get some good coverage on it. I'm gonna show you guys. So these are the coins I'm gonna be cleaning here today. Some of them don't need cleaning. Some of them are pretty clean already. I had purchased some coins from the last Waterloo Coin Society meeting, which was last Tuesday. They don't need cleaning, but I'm just going to throw it all in there anyway. Others that I had gotten here. Let me switch my camera really quick so you can see a little bit better. There we go. So some of these other ones, you know, that I had just gotten recently, they've got some stuff on them, some tarnish and some toning and things like that. And I want to try and get them all cleaned up. There's another one with some kind of all kinds of foreign things on it. This one here I just got yesterday. It's a pretty nice 1945. What else do I got in here? I know that a lot of people shy away from cleaning coins. For me, these coins are all just worth melt value. I don't really see any numismatic value in these coins. So I'm going to be cleaning them because I like my coins to be shiny and clean. Here's a dime that I got this last week. This dime came from Nick Molnar. I won a contest from him a few weeks back. So this one's been sitting in there. It has a little swirl of some kind there. I don't know what that is from. So I'm just going through here. We're going to do a bit of a before and after sort of thing. It's a pretty nice 1947 Maple Leaf, but again, it's got some schmutz on it. Some of the other ones are really clean, like this. I don't really need to clean it, but I'm going to. Because I'm just going to clean up everything that I have here. Let me move my mic a little bit closer here to my face. There we go. Hi, Jimmy. How's it going, Starika? Sorry, Starika, I couldn't remember if I said hello to you earlier. This one's going to look really good, I think, when it's done. When it's all cleaned up. It's a cameo. Unidentified nasty poo. There's another one. I think I showed that one already. Anyway, let me switch over to my other cam real quick. And I'm going to put this cam away and cover it up, because I don't want anything to get on it. So excuse my reach here as I move this one out of the way. And I'm going to put the cables over here. Okay, now I'm just going to put the lens cap on that one, because there's going to be a little bit of bubbling and stuff like that. And I definitely don't want to get anything on the lens of that one. Okay, so that one's good and covered up now. Got some green towels over there that I'm going to use later. Okay, so it took me a while to get a setup like this. I had to convince my wife to get a really good camera. I don't just use it for, you know, making videos and live streaming and things like that. I also use it to take photographs of family members and things like that. So it comes in handy because it's a dual purpose. So yeah, basically this is where we're going to start. What are those tiny coin babies? They're dimes. This one's a dime. This one's a dime. This is a fish scale. That's probably the 3 that I'm thinking you're talking about. Hardcore copper. But I'll go through them when we get this stuff all done. I'm actually going to be right back. I'm going to turn on my kettle so that it starts boiling the water, and I'll be right back. Okay. So that's going to start boiling, and it'll be ready by the time we need it. So I have just some typical baking soda. This is what I'm going to use as the main base to clean the coins with. And essentially this is what I'm going to do. So I have my container lined with tin foil, and I'm just going to gently sprinkle a little bit all on the bottom. We don't really need too much, but we need enough. And we'll get it all in the corners. There. That's good for now. Geez, when I'm looking at it like this, it's almost like we're doing something other than cleaning coins. So, with that down, I am just going to start taking my coins one at a time, and I'm just going to put them down just like so. Put them down. I don't want to really scratch them on the bottom, obviously, but we just want to get these down like this. I'm also going to kind of count them just so I can know exactly how many I'm putting in here. So there's 7, 8. I'm not going to throw vinegar in there. That's gonna overflow the pan. There's 12 and 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, and the little ones can go down here. 19, 20, and I got a really tiny fish scale. I don't know if this camera is going to be able to pick it up because it's focused down here. All right, 4, 8, 12, 13, 18, 19, 20, 21 coins. And I'll push this over here. I know there's a lot of people that really don't. And listen, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, don't clean your coins. This is not advice to clean coins. This is my own personal preference, because for me, these coins are only worth their melt value. So I'm not losing anything as long as I'm not losing parts of the coin to make them, you know, way less. So I'm definitely going to say don't clean your coins. Nobody should be cleaning their coins. I'll probably be repeating that quite a bit throughout the video. But this is not, you know, this is an educational only sort of video. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you to do it. If you do it, I would like to hear your results of it. But, yeah. So, with that out of the way, I'm just waiting for the water to boil at this point. It's funny, I'm looking at my screen, you know, from this camera, and these coins don't really look dirty at all. But they are, I promise. You know, that's why I kind of did a close-up earlier of them so you could see how tarnished they were. Yeah, that's right. Alright, this will just take a couple more minutes. I can hear it bubbling. They are up close. I think I could probably even zoom this in just a little bit here. It's not really focused. It's more of a digital zoom. But anyways, you get the gist of it. I bet you do there, Streak. Old and dirty. Hey, Maple Leaf Numismatics. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Just waiting for the water to boil. If you're just joining us, we essentially have a container with a flat bottom lined with tin foil, and then we have a base of baking soda and then the coins on top. And it sounds like the water's just about finished, so I'm just going to lightly dust the top of these again. Not with too much. Just going to kind of cover them like so. This is why I count them, because I'm not going to be able to see them very well. I'm going to have to dig through them a little bit. Starika, are you single? Wait, am I your friend that's asking? No, just kidding. Alright, I think the water is ready. I can hear it boiling. So, I will be right back, and we're going to work some magic. It's not quite ready. Almost ready. I'm pretty sure we're just cleaning coins. For now. After the coins are cleaned, we're going to do a penny roll hunt as well. But are you still kind of hinting towards Starika? Maybe this is like the coin cleaning hookup channel? Is that what you're getting at? Alright, let me go check that water again real quick. Oh, I love those coins. Yes. Okay, I hear the water's done. Be right back. Okay, here we go. We've got some hot water. Hopefully my camera doesn't steam all up. It's still boiling. I'm just going to move this over a little bit because I don't want to pour it directly underneath the camera and get it all fogged up. But here we go. I'm just going to pour it in on one corner and let the whole tray fill up all the way. And you can already see there's a bit of a reaction going on there. That should be good with the hot water. And now this area right down here that it kind of pushed all the baking soda away. I'm just going to apply a little bit more right on top of those coins there. Just like so. And we'll put some more up here too. There we go. That should be good. Alright. So you can see all over, it's making a bit of a reaction. There's some bubbles in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them. I'm going to try and zoom in. But you can kind of see on the individual coins, there's some bubbles forming on them. That's the reaction that we're looking for. So this is perfectly normal. I'll zoom that out again. And I can see down here, it looks like we need a little bit more baking soda on there. I want to make sure they're coated. There, that looks better. Hey, Nick. How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Happy Sunday. Oh, today's your dad's birthday dinner. Well, thanks for stopping by and saying hello. You can always check the rest of this video later after it's uploaded, if you want to catch the conclusion. But have a great weekend, or enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Okay, Nick, no problem, man. Get your thing taken care of. That's great. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello all the same. Appreciate you. I just got to wait for this water to cool down a bit because, you know, after all, it's boiling, and I don't want to stick my fingers in there just yet. Okay, we'll see you later then. Alright. The pan still feels really hot. I think I'm probably going to start up here with this one here. And then kind of zigzag along ending here because these ones had the least amount of exposure. I got to get one more container. I'll be right back. So this container is just a little bowl of water, just regular tap water. It's nothing special. Essentially, when I start cleaning these coins, I'm going to take them out of here and I'm going to plop them into that container. Just so they can rinse off any residue that's on them. Let's see if it's too hot to touch yet. They're still pretty warm. So I'm just going to take this out with a little bit of the coating on it. And we're just going to massage it like this. Just going to keep massaging all the way around. Both sides. I'm not pressing very hard at all. Very minimal pressure. You know, obviously this is a little bit abrasive and I don't want to really scratch it or anything. I'm just doing a little massager on it. I'm also taking my finger, getting inside the reeds on the edge. I'm gonna dip it in, put a little bit more on there, and just keep doing that. Hey, Darian. Darian, I got a little mail, well, not a little mail call, a large mail call of coins. One of those coins was from Austria, and I'm hoping I pronounced it correctly. You'll have to check that video. It should be in the video section. So this one's done. I'm just going to plop it here in the water. Move on to the next one. The water's still pretty hot, which I expect. How are you doing on Sunday today? How did your how did the box hunt go at the University of Waterloo Coin Club yesterday? Did you guys catch some silver? Did you get some foreigns, some commemoratives? Tell me about it. I'd love to hear about it. You know, I've been asking you all week, you know. I'm very, very excited about box hunting, or coin roll hunting. Alright, so this one looks to be good. I'm just going to rinse it a little bit, and it goes into this container. Next. Did I? I have to admittedly tell you that I had to look a bunch of them up. It was really fun to look them up, though. I learned a lot just from going through them. Some of them I've seen before in my coin roll hunts, and some of them I've recognized from other people, you know, talking about the coins or the countries. And some of them I'd never seen before or gotten before, so I was really happy to get those. I have to make an album, a customized album just with everything in there. I'm looking forward to doing something like that and starting a little collection. Once this water cools down a little bit and there's not as much of a reaction anymore, I'm going to switch cams so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And you can see the coins a little bit better. Actually, I can probably do that right now. Let's just plop this guy back in. Okay, I've got a towel here. Let me bring my other camera back, because when there was a big reaction going off, I don't want it to get on the lens of my good camera. So let me see now. I have to move some things around. We'll get this cable going like this. There we go. Slide that under there. Pop off this lens cap. Alright, let's switch to this camera now. And why nothing? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to move this up and out of the way just a little bit. Get my keyboard out of the way. Okay. There, that should be enough room. There, so now you guys can actually kind of see what's going on. And I think I might have tugged on my cable. This is a bit too close, actually. I think I'll just go back to the other camera until we get this done. I'll switch over to this camera once we're ready to look at the coins after they've been cleaned. I have way too much stuff going on, and I don't know really why the cable's acting like that. I think it might just be because of the cable's tight, or it's not in there all the way. Let's switch back over. Sorry about that. Sorry for the flashing and all that other stuff. Let's put this over here. Okay. And we'll just go back to this. As we were. There we go. Okay. The box hunt was a lot of fun. No silver. Aww. Someone got a 2015 Poppy? A colorized Poppy? Oh, must have been, because you said lots of other colorized coins, too. Oh, cool. You got some of the low mintage ones. The 1970 and 83. That's awesome. Did you have a pretty good turnout? I don't think there's really a whole lot of older people that are into coin roll hunting. I mean, I know that there's people out there, but I don't think there's that many that are into it that much. Just from my own experiences. I mean, when I was at the Waterloo Coin Society meeting on Tuesday, I was asking a lot of people about it, and everybody knows what it is, but I didn't find anybody there that was doing it. Or at least that openly admitted to doing it. It's a good little hobby, though. And now I've branched out a little bit into coin collecting as well, which I didn't plan on doing, to be honest with you. It was just something that sort of happened as a result. 9. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. So I'm assuming you guys are going to do that again then, since that was such a good turnout. Okay. We have 5 done so far out of 21. So basically, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just pulling it out. I'm leaving some of the water and baking soda solution on the coin. and I'm just kind of swirling around like this. I don't know if it's the baking soda reaction to it, to the metals, but essentially what happens is while I'm doing this, it kind of like forms water puddles on the coin. Instead of keeping it all wet, they'll just sort of, you know, move around like that. Clean the edge as well. And this is how easy it is. You'll be surprised. I mean, I know a lot of people really love toning, and there's some of these coins that I probably would never ever clean because the toning is just so amazing. But you know, for the purpose of what I do, I just like to have it shiny. And when I get done all this, I'll show everybody too the coins that I have already cleaned and what these ones will look like, and I'll add them to my little collection as well. Well, that's great, Darian. I'm happy that worked out for you guys. Okay, that one's good. Just rinse it off a little bit, and into the water she goes. Some of these coins are already pretty clean, so I don't really need to do too much to them at all. I was going to do this anyway, and then I just thought, you know what, maybe I'll do this and stream it, because I've never streamed one before. I've made a video of myself cleaning coins, but I've never actually streamed one, so I thought, you know what, I'll just hit record while I'm doing it, and people can come check it out if they want to, and chat, talk about their day, talk about their weekends. I often get people curious asking me about it. I've had a few people say they've tried it and it's been really well for them too. This is obviously not my idea. You know, this has been something that's been floating around for a very long time, but this is what I do. I know that there's some people use other chemicals and things like that, or, you know, the dip or whatever. But this is something cheap that I don't have to spend extra money on. I've already had the baking soda in the kitchen. We use it in a million different things already. So it's not like I had to go and buy a specific solution or cleaning powder or whatever. So it's a nice little cheap and easy way to do this without having to buy anything extra. Obviously it's going to cost a little bit for the supplies, like the one sheet of aluminum foil. And probably there's like at least half a cup of baking soda in here, but the hot water's free. So this week I think I got 5 quarters in coin roll hunting and 2 dimes. And then all these other coins came from the Waterloo Coin Society gathering that we do before the actual meeting. There's often members will have a table set up and they'll be selling various coins and things like that. And I was able to get some really amazing deals for at or just under spot. I think it was the silver dollars I got under spot because I bought 5 of them, so he gave me a bit of a package deal on them, which was super cool. I wasn't expecting it, but of course he wanted me to buy more and more after that as well. I was trying to save some money for the auctions that we were doing. Of course, I didn't get to stay for the auctions, unfortunately. It's a good hour and 15-minute drive from where I live to the Waterloo Coin Society meetings. And it was already, I think, 9 o'clock when I left, 9:30. And I had gotten a message that my wife needed me to pick something up before the store closed, so unfortunately I couldn't stick around for it. But that's okay. There's going to be a meeting every month. Every month on a Tuesday. Second Tuesday of every month. Oh, this one here I can actually tell. This one was really brown and it's coming out really nice. Hey, Ron Pierce. How are you doing today? Thanks for stopping by. How was your weekend, dude? Did you have a good weekend? What did you do this weekend? Did you do anything yesterday or this morning? Oh yeah, this one was brown and it's come out really, really nice. And there's another quarter. This one was pretty brown too. It's pretty amazing how well this works. Quite happy with it. Oh, Starika's still here. I thought Starika left. This one's got some other glue or something on it. There's some other foreign material on it other than dirt. But it's coming off. Hi, Toddy. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. It's great to see you. How's your weekend so far? Oh, this is the 1945. This one's coming out really good too. I'm going to use my other camera when I actually go through and dry these off so that you guys can see them a little bit better. I've got too much stuff going on to bring in all the cameras at once here. Can barely see what's going on when I do that. So tired? Oh, you're not getting enough sleep? You're working too hard, probably. Or maybe you've got children that have been keeping you busy. I don't think anybody gets enough sleep these days. Everybody's working really hard these days. Oh, school. What grade or year are you in? I don't know if General Darian is still here, but he's in, oh, actually, I don't know what year he's in, but he's going to university, too. Here's another quarter. Yeah, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to go to work ever. Why can't I just retire now? Not even 50, but I'd still like to retire. I'm in my 40s. But I feel like I'm in my 50s some days. Grade 11? Awesome. So you're into coins and stuff? That's really cool. There's less and less people into coins these days, so it's really nice to see the younger generation showing some interest in it. Do you do coin roll hunting, Toddy? Do you collect coins? If so, tell me what kind of coins you collect. 4th in last year. And then starting grad school. I have not been counting these. Oh, there's one. Oh, this is... I think this is the 5 cent. That's really tiny. Yeah. Nobody wants to go to school or work. But we gotta. We have to pay for our hobbies. We need to make an impact for the future, right? So we're told. Alright, I'm missing some dimes in here. See, this is the problem I was having before. I was talking about before. Here we go. There's one of them. This is why it's important to count them. But I haven't been counting them as I've been putting them away. Because once this stuff gets all dirty, it's really hard to see them. So what kind of coins do you collect? I really love coin roll hunting. That's pretty much all I do. And then I started doing these live streams and uploading videos to my channel just so that I could share some of the finds that I've been getting. And it's a lot of fun. It really is. But with coin roll hunting, it's really a gamble. You know, you can go days and days or even weeks without finding, you know, what you're looking for. So it can be frustrating sometimes because then you start wondering if it's worth it or if you're wasting your time with it. Things like that. But, you know, I've got the determination to just keep going. Especially, like, even if I don't find what I'm looking for, it is really cool finding, like, world coins in coin rolls and things like that. You know, just any foreign coins. Because I like looking up the foreign coins and getting a little bit of history of the country. Sometimes you get coins that are no longer in circulation, or, you know, maybe they've been devalued completely, which is pretty cool because then you can actually get a little bit of history of it. I think that's it. I don't feel anymore. I've got the 3 tiny ones. I see 5 quarters. So I do believe that that's it for this part. So give me 2 minutes. I'm going to take care of this bowl, and then we're going to get into drying these ones off. So just give me a couple minutes and we'll get this all cleaned up. Be right back. All right, I have returned. Let me get a new pair of gloves here. Old coins and silver coins. Yep, that's how I started. A lot of the times the older coins are made of silver. But, you know, I started collecting silver, mainly bullion, and I found out that there's such a thing as coin roll hunting for silver, so I got started into that, and now I'm pretty much just a coin collector. I don't even really buy bullion that much anymore. I just, I buy coins. And that's how it's been working out for me. So I went from one area to another. Alright, I'm going to try and bring this camera around again. Let's see here. Might have to move my mic a little bit. Okay. Take this lens cap off. I'm going to switch cameras here in 2 minutes. But I want you guys to be able to see this a little bit better. And of course this is not doing this again. Let's go here and then here. Okay. I might have to switch this to let's try changing it to manual or auto. There we go. Okay. So this is what we ended up with. I'm going to put this slightly above the screen here. And I'm just going to take one of my green... Oops, sorry. Everybody hang on for the ride. I'm going to take one of my green rags here and I'm just going to set it beside me here. And then I have another one here. These are just some microfiber towels. And really quickly here, you can see what I've done. I just have one here that I'm going to put the dried coins on. And then underneath my camera right here, I'm going to try and clean these ones up. Okay. All right. So let's dive in. I'll start with the tiny ones. So I'm not really doing too much here. I'm just drying them off. They're already clean, so I'm not going to try worrying about cleaning them at all. But this was one of the ones that I showed you guys at the beginning of the stream. This is the 1947 Maple Leaf. So that came out pretty good. Let's see. This one here, I didn't do a close-up of it. Hi, Ogre Coins. And let's see, come on, focus. There we go. This is an 1893 fish scale. That's Queen Victoria. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay, next. How are you doing, Ogre Coins? Thanks for stopping in. How's your weekend going? This is the coin that I actually won from Nick Molnar's stream. He did a contest, and it had that big swirly thing in the middle of it, which I don't really know what that's from. I'm taking this off of autofocus. Switch it back to manual. Manual better. There we go. That's pretty good. Let me play with it a little bit more. Wrong way. There we go. That's pretty good. These are smaller coins, so now we're going to get into the quarters, and they should look a lot better. This one was pretty brown. It was very dark. You could kind of still see in some of the crevices, especially around the letters, that there's still some toning there, but that's fine. That doesn't bother me. That one away. I like Starika's new sticker design too. What you shopping for? This was the 1945, if you guys remember. It looked pretty darn brown as well. Oh, there's still some brown stuff on this side. This is probably the side that was facing up, away from the aluminum foil. But that's okay. That doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. I hope you're shopping for something really good. There's a 1965. As you can see, all these coins have a lot of heavy wear to them, so that's why I'm not really interested in worrying too much about cleaning them. I don't know off the top of my head, but you could check the Canada coins. Well, the Discord will have a bot there that will tell you, but there's also the Coins and Canada website that has a neat little calculator, and that calculator can tell you how much all this stuff is worth in melt value by weight. Getting some food. I guess that's kind of a necessity. I don't have my keyboard in front of me, otherwise I would easily look that up for you. 1957. This is another one that I got this week from Coin Roll Hunting. Now on to the 50-cent pieces. These ones look like they all came out really, really nice. Yep, that's pretty good. Mind you, these were all pretty clean before. General Darian, I have to make you a moderator to post links. But unfortunately, I do not have my keyboard or anything in front of me. Ogre Coins, this is the aluminum foil bath with baking soda. I have a video on my channel about cleaning coins. I think it's titled "To Clean or Not to Clean Your Coins." And it goes through the exact same process that I did today. Of course, when we're done watching this video, I'll upload it and, you know, it'll be on there as well. It works really, really good for silver coins. Hang on a sec, General Darian. Let me... 1 second, guys. Okay, General Darian, can you try doing that one more time, please? Posting the link, I mean. In my change, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really get change. I don't... Everything for me is tap. So, I really don't. However, my wife works at Canadian Tire, and she works sometimes as a cashier. So she does sometimes bring home some pretty cool finds. There you go. There's the calculator. Thank you, General Darian. So these all came out really nice, these ones. But like I said, they were already pretty clean now. The ones that they came out, like the quarters and stuff, I could do this, repeat this whole process again, and they would probably come out as clean as these ones here. But I don't really want to clean them twice. Once is enough for me. That's a really good website. Now, I'm assuming you're referring to Canadian coins, Toddy, because it's different for American coins or world coins. So if that's what you're talking about, then that's a great link, and that will work for you for all that stuff, all the Canadian coins. Okay. And this coin here is probably the one I'm going to get the most flack about, because people really don't like me cleaning these. But if you saw what this looked like beforehand, you can see it looks totally different now. So I'm quite happy with that one. And then we have some of the dollars. I believe it does, Ogre Coins. It works with 80% silver, so I don't see why... And it does work for 50% silver as well. So it definitely should work for all that other stuff in the middle. I have some world coins as well. I don't think I have one from Guatemala, but I have some from other places, mainly in Europe, that are silver. And they range from like 42% up to sterling, and all of them turned out great. So I really don't see why it wouldn't work for you. Should. This is one of my favorite dollar designs. I like this one a lot. A big old scratch across his face. Nice. The closest that I get to circulating coins these days is just from coin roll hunting. That's awesome. I would love to find them in the wild again, but I just don't deal with coins very much anymore. Two left. I love these silver dollars so much. The weight of them, the thickness, the size. I just love them. And this is the last one. This coin's only 50% silver because it's not intended for circulation. It is a cameo. It's a Regina dollar. So all this is just condensation. It'll wipe off. It's from being in the cold water. I like this one a lot too. This one's really cool. Okay. They are all dried. Let me slide this water away. And I can bring these in back into picture here so you can see them all. There we go. Oh, let me bring it down a bit. And there they are. There's the little experiment. So again, I don't recommend anybody clean their coins. Don't yell at me, please. I've started to collect Canadian pink notes. I do not have a lot of them, though. So bear with me for a few minutes because now I'm going to... Oh, actually, you know what? Before I do anything... why don't I show you guys what I have collected so far since last fall. I have this little box. Let me move this over here. This is my little silver box. It's my little treasure chest. Yes, it came from the dollar store or thrift store. Ooh. So I'm going to add to my pile. These are all my silver coins that I've gotten through coin roll hunting or trades or purchases. Let me see here. I have... That's a Canadian dollar. That's a different one. There's a couple more. I'm trying to find the... Oh, there's the goose dollar. I'm trying to find the foreign ones so you could see what they look like. There's one of them. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong camera. Oops. There we go. So there's one of my foreign 5 kroners. It's silver. See if I can find another one here somewhere. Not jumping out at me. There's another one. This is... Nope, that's not a foreign. My bad. There's one. What's this one? That's a different 5 kroner. These I cleaned all these ones. There's another. Let's see. There's something else. I think that's pretty much it. Well, I've got at least 2 more. I can't find them right this second. Yeah, Swedish and kroners. Yeah. I should probably do a video of them maybe someday. Here's a different one. South Africa. This is a pretty big one, but it's I think it's only 40% silver. But it's pretty big. I mean, here's the size of a Canadian dollar. You know, for size. It's massive. There's a nice Parliament building. 57, 59. And then here's all the new ones from today that we're going to add to the pile. So I got my Regina dollar. This is 65 Canadian dollar. 49. Actually, this is my second one that I have of that. There's a 55. Let's see here. A 66, a 61. And there's a Newfoundland. I actually, from coin roll hunting, got a 1917 25 cents quarter Newfoundland, and also a dime from Newfoundland. The dime was one of the ones I got in my very first roll hunts as well. So I bought this one to go with the other ones that I have. And here we have a bunch more 50-cent pieces that I just cleaned. Pretty good. And then I've got my quarters that we just cleaned. I don't know if I can get the sounds, but I love the way silver sounds. And there's the smaller denominations as well. Okay. That's my little box. The little box that's growing every month. All right. Let me just do a quick little Clorox clean of my mat here. You can see all the stuff that's on here from the baking soda solution. Kind of gets everywhere. Splatters around. Clean mat is a happy mat. One of these days I'll probably make a video that shows all of the coins that I have saved up so far. I did show a little bit of my my quarters though in my April Fool's video. If anybody was around or saw my April Fool's video. Alright, I'm just going to use a fan here to quickly dry this. This won't take too long to dry out. And once this is dry, we're going to get into the pennies. The problem with my collection is that I really haven't categorized it. It's all in little plastic baggies or, you know, rolls, or it's just in containers. Like I said, I kind of just started doing this mainly as a way of finding silver in rolls. So initially I didn't really collect anything, but then some of them I just fell in love with, so I started to collect them more and more. But I have them in like craft containers, like crafting, you know, containers, and then bags and whatnot. But I need to get some albums, and once I have some albums, then, you know, I can go through and actually make them a little bit better. There is one album that I do have of the quarters, because I was fortunate enough to get through coin roll hunting a collection dump once of all commemorative quarters. So I do have all of the commemorative quarters in this album. I think this is dry enough, which is really cool. They're all pretty much in uncirculated condition. I have better, I actually did showcase this in a video, so I've got better close-up views of all the coins and everything that's in here. But every single commemorative quarter that's been released so far to date is in this album, non-colorized and colorized, and everything is also completely, it's either AU or better. A lot of them came straight from mint wrapped rolls, so they're literally in mint condition and never been circulated. So I was really extremely fortunate, but this is the only album that I have completed so far that I actually have, you know, that's not in just regular containers. I'll see you later, Starika. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. This is going to be fun. I don't know if I'm going to go through this whole bag today. There's a lot in here, but I'm going to try and get as much done of it as I can. Actually, before I open this bag, let me just get rid of, I've got a bowl of water still up here. Let me get rid of that because I don't want to knock it over. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. Yeah, I'm definitely lucky to find that one collection dump because that's what pretty much completed it for me. Is this my penny box? Yep. This is the little craft containers that I was talking about. So this is my penny box. I have 3 of these penny boxes. This is just my bulk box where I do my initial sorting, and then I break them down into more of these later. Okay, let me get my keyboard out of the way. There we go. Okay, so I think the best way for me to do this is going to be if I pull this up here and grab this one. Okay. Yep. So this is going to be my container where I send pennies back to the bank. So it's essentially anything above 96 that's not a special like mule or something like that. Is this bag even open? I don't think this bag is open. No, it is sealed closed. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to just cut it open. I have penny rollers that I can put them in later. Okay, so this is my setup, and I'm gonna switch back to my other camera. There we go. Let's fix this. And perhaps maybe get a little bit more lighting over here so that I can see these. And, oh, look at that. The very first one is a young head. The very first one out of the bag. Let me just play with my focus a little bit here. There we go. That's pretty good. So 1962. Nice. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these in a container in one of these slots. 99, that's nothing. 98, that's nothing. And 94 is copper, so that's going to go in the copper pile. So I have a little cheat sheet on my other monitor that I'm going to bring up so I can see these. And I'm just basically going to power through these. So that's American. I've got an American slot in my container. 2007. 2007. Yeah, that's not in my list. 99. 97, nope. 98, nope. I believe, is it 1981 and earlier is copper for American? Wow, look at the strike on this. The strike is way off centered. Does anybody know? American copper, is it 1981 and below? Or is it 1982 and below? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to just put that aside for now. Okay, 89 is copper. 96 and below is copper for Canada coins. Canada pennies. 82. That's a 2000. 2008, and that is... It must be lost, yeah. Could be lost. I'm often lost. That's copper. That's copper. I am sorting out all the copper. That's a pretty decent looking 77. Now that one's copper for sure. 89. 1982 and older. Awesome. Thank you, Ogre. I thought it was. I couldn't remember actually if it was 81 or 82. I haven't done my pennies in a little while. So I'm going to sort out all of the copper pennies from the regular ones and all the newer ones. I have a little cheat sheet that I'm going to use. Oh, that's copper because of the effigy. Ugh. Oh my goodness. No thank you. Yeah, I have a cheat sheet that's going to tell me which ones are mules because I think it's the 2006, 2003. Those have the 2005. There's some mule coins there that are worth quite a bit of money. I have actually found a 2006 no logo and I sold it for $140. It's a no logo magnetic coin, so it was actually stamped with the wrong information. Oops, that's gonna go in that one. And this is gonna go in my bucket. Yeah, and I've actually gotten two of them. I've sold one that was in bad condition for $70. And then the other one that looked pretty good, I sent it off to ICCS for grading, and it came back an MS64, and I sold that for $140 on eBay. $1981, 2001. Going through pennies is kind of boring, so I totally understand if you guys want to head out and do other things. It's boring for me to go through them. Unless I find something amazing, then it's not boring. Which doesn't happen very often. That's kind of why I've been holding on to these for as long as I have. Because I always have quarters and dimes to do. So I'm like, I don't need to do my pennies because I have other things to do. But I went like crazy, a madman, and did 4 boxes of toonies on Friday and 2 boxes of quarters yesterday, and now I have nothing else other than these pennies to coin roll hunt today, and I do pretty much a coin roll hunt every single week, or every day of the week. So all I got left is my pennies, and that's why I'm doing my pennies. Yeah, you should go through them. There might be some cool things in there. There's a nice run of copper pennies. 83 is not copper. 96 is not. That one is. Man. There's the problem with having these pennies in a bag for I don't know how long. Could be years. start develop their own little colonies of this, that, and the other on them. That's why I wear gloves. Sometimes I cringe just a little bit when I see people roll hunting without gloves and then they come across something really gross looking and I'm like, ugh. I used to do it without gloves all the time. And I started getting sick, like, consistently. I figured it probably had something to do with me doing this. 2003 is one of the dates to look for, but I want the old effigy, not this new one. And even so, if I do find the old one, it has to not be magnetic. But that's one of the years that I have to keep an eye out for. Did you? And then your staircase. What do you mean in the staircase? I'm trying to picture that. Like, underneath the staircase? I'm assuming you're from Canada, correct? I mean, you don't have to tell me where you are in Canada, but I'm assuming you're from Canada. You wash your hand about every 15 minutes? I don't blame you. I do not blame you one bit. No, I use these gloves for work and for gardening too, so I just decided to use them for this as well. By the way, for those of you that are watching, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please consider giving the like button a little love, some attention. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe so that you can catch all my future content. That one is a copper. That's a copper. Yeah, you don't really find pennies on the ground anymore, so when you do find them, gotta pick them up. And all the day, you'll have good luck. Oops, wrong bin. You know, it's funny, the other day I was walking around the parking lot with my wife after picking her up from work, and I think it was a quarter that I saw on the ground or something, and I saw it from really, really far away, and I just, like, did a mad dash for it. Like, it's like my senses are heightened for coins now. Hey, there's a nice 1967 commemorative penny with the rock dove. That's pretty cool. That's my first one. I'm sure I'm going to find many of these. I actually got an entire uncirculated roll of these. I gave, I think, 5 or 6 of them to Nick Molnar so he could update his collection and also give some of them away for his giveaways, because he does a lot more live streaming than I do. Thank you for the subscribe, Toddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to take me a long time to get through this bag. So I'll probably just stream for another 45 minutes. And then I'll save the rest of the bag maybe for next weekend or something. Because I do have some other stuff I have to do today. There's a 2000 penny. That's the one that you found, right? In the staircase? Okay, here's a 2006. So this is the one that I sold for $140 if it's magnetic and there's no logo. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it around. And you see down here by my thumb, right here, there is the Royal Canadian Mint logo. So the one that I need to find does not have anything there. There's no P and there's no mint mark. It has to be blank. And then I'll test it to see if it's magnetic or not. So this is not one of those coins. There's a 2003. So this one has to have the old effigy queen. It does have the old effigy queen. So now it has to be non-magnetic. If this is non-magnetic, this coin could be worth a lot of money. So I have my trusty magnet here, my screwdriver, my Furvids Find screwdriver with the magnet tip on the end that I use for opening stubborn rolls. Let's hope that this is not magnetic. Oh my gosh, it's not. Are you kidding me? Let me double check. 2003. Oh, sorry. 2003 has to be a P. A P on the bottom. Okay. Got a little scared. There's no P there, so this is not it. Sorry. Didn't mean to fake you guys out. Okay, yeah. 2003 P. Old effigy. So that's not it. Sorry for the scare. 96 is copper. Put my screwdriver away. I know. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. It gave me shivers too, you know. There's an older one, 1968. I would have loved to find one of those rare ones. 1979. I don't think people really look for them very often. I'll find it someday. You're right. 93 is copper. Ooh, a 1947. This should be a wheatie. There we go. There's my first wheat penny of the batch. It's in decent shape. It looks like Lincoln's eating a pizza or something there. That is a 1947 Denver. So I have a separate container for all of those. There's a 96, so that's copper. Back into the bag we go. Let's see. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys, today. I really appreciate it. It's always better when you can go through coins and chat with people that are also into the same thing as you. That's why I think I would have had a lot of fun going to one of the coin roll hunts at the coin club. The green stuff is it's basically I don't know what it is actually. I mean, it's a reaction from water and rust on the copper, oxidization on the copper, but I don't know what the term would be for it. Yes, Darian, not the 98Ws though. I was not aware of that one. Yeah, the 98W is not really worth anything. I see here listing it's $1, so I have not been looking at that. The regular ones are only worth 75 cents. The W is $1. Unless my guide is wrong. The 2000 W and the 2003 W as well. Yes, I'm definitely looking for those ones. Not the 2000 W, no. Basically I'm looking. Well, I guess they are kind of Charisno? Charisneo? Is that what it's called? I don't think I've ever even heard of that before. 68. There's a 74. 98. That's nothing. There's a 75. Yep. Luckily, there's a lot of copper pennies still amongst these. I'm trying to save up all the copper, so eventually someday I might find a way that I can melt them down. My local coin store says that they will buy copper rolls at 75 cents per roll, which obviously regularly they're 50 cents per roll. So, you know, that's a bit of a bonus, but I'd like to get a little bit more than that if I can. Yeah, they're definitely corrosion, but I don't, like, there's got to be a name. Oh. Okay, there you go. Ogre Coins knows what it is. There, that green. I know that there's a word for it, but... yeah, it's definitely a corrosion, but... oops. Let's get that one back. Yeah, it can spread. There's a 2000. I'll start looking for those now that he said that. The W's. 99. Let's grab another handful. I should have kept track to see what the oldest coin I find so far is. I think the oldest one is probably that oh, what? Speaking of, That's funny. I was about to say the oldest one I found is probably that Wheatie, the 1947. This is a 1940 something. 46. There we go. We have the oldest coin so far in the hunt is a 1946. I'll just set that one aside. I think so. I think they're not intended for circulation. The W's are the Winnipeg mint marks, and those were basically in sets, like coin sets. I have some quarters with a W mint mark on them. Yeah, definitely from sets. Man, there's some of these are looking pretty gnarly. Yeah, I'm still kind of new to, or I'm still learning all the lingo and all the different types of pennies and varieties and what all the marks mean. I'm a very new collector. I have not even been collecting for half a year yet. Actually, now I think I'm about a half a year. 2004, that was... Nope, that's nothing. Thinking of 2005. 97. I don't even know what year this one is. I'm not even gonna bother. It's just gonna go back. I did a video of cleaning copper coins using white vinegar and baking soda. I think that's what I did. I did a little experiment on them to remove the dark tarnish and make them kind of bright again. I don't know how I feel about it. It made them, like, I was hoping they would get like a shine like this to them, but they did not. They did clean up really, really well, but they came out with a matte finish and not a gloss finish. So I don't know how I feel about it. It worked. There might be a further way of getting more of a clean like this on them again, but I just experiment, you know, trying different things. This one looks pretty good. For being that old, 72. 77. I think I actually have some... Okay, here's one of the ones that we can test with a magnet. So this is a 2006. This is the one we found earlier, 2006, but this one has no mint mark down here on the bottom. You remember the other one had the Royal Canadian Mint logo down here. Some of these will also have a P next to down here. This has neither. So this one, I need it to be, let's see, non-magnetic. Nope, magnetic. It has to be magnetic. 2006, no logo, no P, magnetic. So let's see. Nope, it is not magnetic. So we got everything else matched up here, the year and everything, but it's not the one that we want. It has to be magnetic. And that's the same one that I've been selling a couple of them now. And those ones basically came from sets as well. They were not intended for circulation. That's why they're rare to find. That's awesome. I was collecting coins when I was a kid. My grandfather really wanted me to get involved with it, and I did try for a long time. I had a little collection of coins. I wish I still had them, but I don't. And I don't know. I migrated from coins to hockey cards, and that's what I focused on for many, many years was hockey cards. And then I went to baseball cards, and here I am back again into the coins. There's 3 American in a row. Somebody told me that collecting coins and collecting stamps and collecting sports cards all kind of go hand in hand. So it makes sense. Hey, there's another rock dove. Looks pretty good. 98 and 82, that's copper. And who knows what that one is? It's going back. There's a shield penny. That's cool. Wow, you've already been collecting for that long. Almost 10 years. Well, probably 10 years now. That's really cool. I bet you have a really nice collection. I'm very, very lucky to have found a lot of the coins that I have in such a short amount of time. Because, you know, I see other people that are doing coin roll hunts specifically. And, you know, it takes them a long time to find silver or to find anything else. I think I've been really fortunate with my banks. I've got a few things worked out with some of the tellers that they kind of eyeball things for me and look out for things. So I've been lucky in that sense. Speaking of sense. Hey-o! No? Not funny? Okay. Hey, there's a super shiny 1994. 95, that one's copper. So when I was younger, I used to work, I worked as, like in a convenience store. And this was probably, I want to say the early 1990s. And man, I wish I knew what I know now back then, because I guarantee you I went through silver quarters and dimes on the daily basis, and I just never knew what they were. I remember finding specifically those Bobcat quarters when I used to work there, but I didn't know that they were, I mean, at the time, I didn't know that they were worth anything or that they were made out of 50% silver. I remember seeing them. I used to get them all the time. I bet there is probably a lot of Canadian pennies in the US. There's a lot of American pennies in Canada too. I don't know how many Wheaties I found. A lot of them. I mean, I know that there's a lot of them to begin with. There's billions of them. Which is pretty crazy to think about that, you know, back in the early 1900s or 1920s and up to, I think, what was the last one, 1940 something, that they were making billions and billions of pennies, of Wheaties, sorry, yeah, pennies. But I have 2 rolls here that I've gotten. These are just within the last 2 months. I have 2 whole rolls of them. I've been giving them away because I have too many of them. I have oh, this is falling out the side. Nice. I have some steel pennies as well that I've just been keeping, as, you know, I'll use them as future giveaways and things like that. People want them. I don't think anybody that coin roll hunts is a fan of the AARP system. It's unfortunate. That's why I do my own alloy recovery program. I am ARP. I try to do a box every single day. I don't know how many boxes the ARP does, but I try to maintain a certain amount every week. I've been doing pretty good. $96 is copper. That one's copper. 68 is copper. So I have my US copper coins also separated from the regular US coins. So at some point I'm going to go across the border and exchange all my US currency and bring the paper notes, the bills, back with me to take advantage of the exchange rate. I'm hoping that I can do that with a couple friends. So we'll essentially be carpooling, and you know, it's not something that we're going to lose money out on for the traveling, because we've got other reasons to go to the States too. Yep, I do at least a box every single day. Like I said, I did 4 boxes of toonies on Friday, and yesterday I did 2 boxes of quarters. Oops, this one is copper. That's a 91. Yep. I guess this is considered a box, even though it's a bag. It's the same amount that would be in a box. So yeah, I try to always maintain that. I have 4 banks that go above and beyond for me. They'll save me certain coins and rolls. What's going on with my focus here? There we go. They'll save me certain things. It's nothing wrong with my focus. I think it's just my positioning. Must be getting tired. They save me stuff throughout the week, and then I just go on set days to go and pick them up, which is really cool. Sometimes they'll order me coins, which is also a nice little thing to do, and it doesn't cost me money. So I think it's just because they don't really have rolls or boxes anymore of the pennies. They don't make them in Canada anymore because they don't make the pennies anymore. So they've come out with these plastic bags. All the banks have those plastic bags too. They'll just have different logos on them. This one just happens to be a bag from RBC, but I also have bags from Scotiabank, and I have bags from TD as well. So they all have those bags. And if you want one, you could just ask them for one. When next time you go into the bank, go to a teller and say, hey, I have a whole bunch of pennies at home. Do you have a bag? They'll give it to you. And essentially the bags have like a fill line. And you just keep filling up the bag. And when you reach the fill line, that's essentially estimated to be worth about the same amount as a box. What a box used to be. And that's all they do. So they don't even, if you bring in pennies that are rolled at the bank, they're going to unroll them and they're going to put them in one of these bags. There's a 1953 Wheatie. So there's still Wheaties even in the 50s. Man, that's crazy. You think of how many hands this thing passed through in the last 70 years is nuts. So much history with coins. $66. Yep. Oh, that's a pretty shiny one. 2007. There's a 2000, but it's got no mint mark. And another 2000 with no mint mark. Thanks for stopping by, Ogre Coins, and hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, too. See you later. There's got to be still billions left in circulation. I mean, they don't come across the banks very often, but often enough that I can get one of these bags probably every week or every 2 weeks. So there's a few of them. I wonder how many are getting destroyed every week or every month. I feel like that's probably a lot as well. I got a feeling also like the only time that these come through nowadays to the bank is when people just don't want to hang on to them anymore. I think this is a 65. Let me zoom in here. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, looks like a 65. Or is it an 85? I think that's an 85. Oop, sorry for the focus. It's not your eyes. It's me. Come on now. Oh, there we go. I think that's an 85. Yeah, same thing with old banknotes. All the paper ones and even some of the polymer ones, they don't keep them anymore. They go into the mutilated piles. And then they get shredded and recycled. Some of the banks that I deal with, they will save me those too. But it's not very often anymore. Man, look how dirty these gloves are. It hasn't even been that long. Pennies are dirty. let me get rid of all these. I do try to do a live stream once a week. I'm not really heavily into doing live streams. I also release videos every week. I don't really consider myself like a big time YouTuber. I don't really want to be. I just wanted to share some of the finds that I get. So that's my goal in all this. How's it going, Nick? Anything neat? Yeah, I got a couple of wheat pennies. I got some rock doves. I got a King George VI, which was, what was it again? 1946. It's in pretty good shape too. I've got a whole bunch of copper pennies. I've got some US pennies. I just pretty much started doing these after finished cleaning up my silver. Welcome back. Oh, I didn't know that it was removed. So there were some printed and then it was pulled? I guess those are pretty rare then. The John A. McDonald notes. Do you have one of those? Nick, I'm basically just sorting these right now. I'm not looking too deep into them. Because I have a whole bag of them, I'm just kind of classifying them at the moment. Anything that's older, or sorry, newer than 1997, or 7 and newer, is not copper. So I'm taking those. I'm looking for a couple key dates, but then I'm just throwing them in a container that I'll take them back to the bank. There's another Wheatie coming up. You guys want to take a guess at what year you might think this is? Looks pretty old. I think I'm going to guess 48. Holy smokes. I swear to God I didn't see it. I was looking at this and I'm like, it's definitely not too old. It's probably 40s or 50s, maybe late 40s. And then in my head, I was going to say 46, but we already had a 46 earlier. So I'm like, okay, 48. And it's a 1948. I should get a lottery ticket. That's funny. But you could see, I didn't know what it was ahead of time. I'm not going to keep that one. You didn't have to delete your answer. It's okay. Oops, I dropped it. A shield penny. Oh, you're getting weird comments on your videos? Why do people have to bring politics into it? Man, that's too bad. That's awesome, Toddy. I got a Terry Fox Looney in really good condition recently. Just last week. It's probably one of my favorite ones so far. 84. 99. Getting quite a bit American in this. I guess that's to be expected a little bit from my area because I am kind of close to the border. I think on average, though, it's still more than I usually get. Some of these older US coins are pretty good condition. 1946. I don't mind the new Looney. The design. I mean, I like them better when they're about people versus, like, you know, a building, for example. The commemoratives, I mean. There's a pretty old 1957. That's going to be a young head laureate portrait. I mean, I guess as far as buildings go, I guess it's a nice looking Looney. I've got my tellers keeping an eye on them when they start coming into the bank. I told them, said, hey, if you see any... Well, there's the oldest one of the hunt so far, a 1942 Canadian penny. That beats the other older one that we had here. This one's in better condition, though. 1946, but this one still looks pretty good. I'll keep that one aside and put the other one in my bin. Yeah, I kind of like it a little bit more when they're about people or animals and things like that. $1995, 81, and 84. I know, but doing pennies is so boring, Toddy. I know. I'm sorry. I'm probably only going to do this for another 15 minutes. And then I'm going to call it. Like I said earlier, I've got some other stuff I got to do too. Normally I wouldn't live stream a penny roll hunt because they are so boring. But like I said, I don't have anything else right now to roll hunt. And this bag has been sitting on my shelf here for a while. $1970. Every time I see a 1970, no matter what the coin is, I'm thinking of the 1970 quarter, and I'm like, oh, it might be a rare one, or it might be a low mintage one. It's not low mintage for pennies. 2005 needs to be a P, not a P. Oh, there's an older one. 1962. 89. That's a fairly new one. You should do your stream on YouTube. Well, am I not streaming on YouTube? You lost me. Yeah, I agree with you, Maple Leaf Numismatics. I don't know why people have to do that. Oh, I didn't know you. Are you from the Discord too? What's your name in the Discord? I don't recognize Toddy as a name in the Discord. The man cave, Nick? You mean the shed? Got to get all those weeds out of the shed. Hey, John Chum. How's it going, man? Thank you for popping in. We're going through some pennies. I figured the shed was the man cave. I've seen a lot of your members only videos. Your name in the Discord's a secret? Okay. That's fine too. 1985. Oops, I dropped one. Are you Silver Geek? You are. I think you're Silver Geek. 1985. Yeah, when I stream in the Discord, there's an older 64. It's usually just because I don't feel like setting everything up for YouTube. Like I said, I'm not really a big streamer. I mostly stream on a whim. And that's about it. Every now and then I'll try to schedule something, especially on like Friday nights with Dan. My friend who does coin roll hunting as well. He's in the Discord as well, Dan Rolls. Oh, I'm getting a lot of copper pennies in this bag. I mean a lot. This is a 57. I'd say I actually have more copper than non-copper pennies at the moment from this so far. It's about 55 to 45, the ratio. Is it really that warm outside? I have the windows open, but I didn't think it was that warm. It's not really windy here or breezy at all. There's a 2003 P. The P is kind of hard to make out, but it's there. So it would have needed to be an old one, though. Yeah, an old effigy. Is it windy down there, John Chum? Every time I go there, it's windy. I have a couple friends that live in Toronto around on College Ave. And I'm usually there once every couple months. What? What is that? That's not a penny. Holy cow, I don't even know what that is. Anybody have any guesses? I have no idea. I don't even recognize any of the scripture. Maybe Chinese? But I don't know. Somebody take a quick screenshot and do a Google image search for me. I've got no idea. Oh, it's 10 yen. It's from Japan. Okay. And there's not enough scripture on here for me to recognize it. Nice. Well, I've never found one of these. I got my first ever Japanese coin from Maple Leaf Numismatics. And it was, I think, 5 yen. Or maybe 2? I can't remember now. Sweet. So we have a find. I do not live in Toronto. No. I live in southwestern Ontario, though. I live closer to London. $1957. I have a London address, but I kind of live on the outskirts. 2000. Man, this one's in decent shape, but yeah, this is like not even circulated. Wow. Down it goes. That one's pretty good too. I've lived all over. I have lived in all over southwestern Ontario, I mean. I have lived in Niagara Falls. I lived on Bridge Street in Niagara Falls. I have lived in St. Catharines for a little bit. And I lived in St. Catharines. Cambridge, I mean. I lived in Cambridge for a little bit. On Hespeler Road. Well, this one looks weird. Somebody painted it or something? They tried to make it look gold? That's got a weird finish on it. I don't know if you guys could see that or not. I guess you probably can. You can tell whatever it is, somebody's applied it afterwards because just the regular wear has been pushing it away. Somebody must have thought they had a copper or gold penny, I mean. I've traveled all over Ontario, actually all over Canada for work. I've been as far west as Calgary. I've been to the far north reaches of Ontario, where you start passing signs on the highways that say, no more gas for 300 kilometers. So I've been pretty far. 1998. Alright. I think I'm going to do this for another 10 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. It's cool to find that yen, though. Thank you for the identification, Darian. 96. Would I live in Toronto? I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind Toronto. Oh, there's a Wheatie, 1953 Denver. I think that's the 4th Wheatie we've gotten in this bag so far. I don't really... The only thing that I don't like about Toronto is if I lived there, I'd probably have to sell my car. I don't know. This is a 2003 old effigy. It's not. I need the P. Because it's just too expensive for parking, and you can pretty much get anywhere you want to without a vehicle. That being said, I'm a field technician. My office is in my car. So that means if I was to stay in the same profession that I'm in, I would have to drive around in Toronto. And the traffic is fine, but again, it's the parking issue that I have. So for that reason, I probably would not want to live in Toronto. Because I think it would just be a little bit too inconvenient with the parking situation. It's a 1963. There's a nice handful of older ones here too. Now, what I probably could do if I really wanted to is maybe just backpack myself all over Toronto. Oops, I put that in the wrong bin. Got distracted. Because there's a lot of GO trains that I could probably take. I am not keeping that one. I don't even know what year it is. There's a fine line of ones that I'm going to keep based on the way they look. And that one just doesn't cut it. 2007 Denver. 79. 1981. Yeah, I know. I've been following Blockus for a long time. I've seen a lot of his videos where he actually he has like an e-bike, right, or an e-scooter, an e-skateboard, and he gets around on that pretty easily. I would have to really change my entire life around if I was going to move to Toronto, and I don't think I'm willing to do that. I'm too old for that now. I like what I'm doing with my hobbies. I wouldn't be able to do this there. Even Blockus has a hard time sometimes. Because, you know, he doesn't have a vehicle, so he can only take what he can carry from bank branches as far as coin roll hunting is concerned. And, you know, you'd be kind of limited because if there's other coin roll hunters and you've got to sort of get your coins, you know, against them, the other coin roll hunters. I don't know. I got a pretty sweet situation now where I'm at. I don't think I would want to live in Toronto. Now, if you asked me that question 15 years ago, I'd probably say yes. Because I do like Toronto. I really do. There's lots of stuff to do in Toronto. Anybody that tells you there's nothing to do doesn't know Toronto. There's so many parks. There's so many places to go to and visit. My goodness. Okay, that's not... I think it's a 1980, but I am not keeping that one. Oof. Some of these are nasty. Yeah, Toronto's a great place to visit. I do like visiting Toronto. I don't know if I'd want to live there at this point in my life. You noticed it while driving? Was it making a lot of racket or something? Silver? No, no silver in these. Well, you missed the silver at the beginning of the video. 1974. Lots of copper. And this. Got this in my penny bag. Some Japanese yen. How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping in. 1972. Oh my lord. What is this? One's got COVID on it. Ugh. I'm just gonna cover up the COVID one with this one. There we go. It's good. We don't see it anymore. It's gone. Oh man. Construction for 14 years. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you do construction for that long and not have it finished. $1977. I have a little cart that I keep with me all the time now when I'm driving around because I just never know if I'm going to stop in somewhere and pick up some coin. And I can't control myself, so I don't ever just go in and for one box. I'll ask how many they have, not if they can spare one box. They'll say, how many do you want? And I'll say, how many do you have? And yeah, I always overdo it. But that just encourages me to go through them more frequently than I already am. But I'm glad I have a SUV. Otherwise, I'd be doing wheelies driving down the road with so many coins in the back trunk. Oh my lord. Oh god, that's making my face itch right now. Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm good. 1986. 76. That's copper. That's crazy that it takes that long to get that stuff done. I mean, it really shouldn't, right? It's got to be red tape or something that holds those things up. I don't know why it would take that long to do it. It's not like they don't have the manpower or the materials or something else. 2007. Oh, Dan, if you're still here, we did have a bit of a fake out earlier. I thought I had a 2003 non-magnetic, but I needed the P version. So I wasn't looking at that, and I thought that I had a really rare penny worth a lot of money, like more than $100 penny. And once I did a double take on it, I realized I was looking at the wrong one. So it wasn't what I thought it was, but I got pretty excited. It was short-lived, but I was pretty excited. $1974. There's a lot of these 99s. Here's an older one. A 64. Oh, you mean the 2006? That you said you had like a handful of them? I was like, are you kidding me? How does this guy get so lucky that here I am talking about selling one for $130, and Dan's like, oh yeah, I have like a bunch of them. I'm like, no, you don't. He's like, no, really, I do. And then the next day he's like, I don't. I think I'm gonna call it a done here for now. I still have a lot left to do, but I think that's it for today. Like I said, I've got some other stuff I want to do. This is kind of what I'm looking at. Oh, I got some stuff going on up here. That must have been from the baking soda and water earlier. It's on my magnifying glass / light. I still have lots left in this bag, but you know, one person can only endure so much, and I gotta roll some of those out later. Oh yeah, it's still, like, this bag was overstuffed. So I was telling you guys earlier about a fill line. I mean, I'm still at the fill line. And you guys just saw how much I went through. This bag was overstuffed for sure. But that's the fill line that I was talking about before. Once it gets to that, you basically can turn the bag in, and they just consider it as, you know, a box worth of pennies. But yeah, so that's cool. Here's the oh, let me go back to the camera. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Okay, so we got this cool 10 yen, Japanese yen. Let's bring the light back. And this is the oldest one of the find so far. Oldest one of the hunt. King George VI, 1942. So these are the two most interesting coins so far. I mean, Canadian, I guess not Canadian, but we did find a bunch of old Wheaties, but I didn't separate those. Yes, Nick, you definitely need to go talk to your bank and tell them to save some of your the pennies for you. Because they're fun to go through. They're not fun to watch somebody go through. So they don't really make for excellent live streaming content. But I'm going to call it here. I've been live streaming now for a couple hours. And that's pretty much the limit that I have for these. But thank you so much, everybody. You know, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I go through this stuff. I love to talk about coins. So, you know, and I know you guys all love to talk about coins too. So sometimes, you know, it's just fun to hang out and chit chat and go through some stuff. But if you guys haven't liked the video, please drop me a like. And if anybody is lurking in the background and you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. That way you can catch all future releases. But I hope you all have a really awesome Sunday, the rest of your Sunday. And I'll definitely chat with you throughout the week because I'm always around in everybody's channel. Alrighty. Have a great day, everybody. We'll catch you